Yeah, I was taking meds. Hey, May. Okay, mute that so it doesn't interrupt us midstream. Hello. So, Xenoblade 3. I started playing this game around when it came out, and then, something else came out and stole my time away, and, like, this sat neglected for a while, and it's kind of to the point where it's like, I kind of want to race. It's like, I stopped early enough into the game where I was like, you know what? If I'm going to come back to it, I might as well just restart, I guess. And I figured, hey, if I do streaming, if I stream it, there'll be an extra incentive to get it done, so... I can't see the buttons. Okay, there. Alrighty. That's what downside of having... It's like I got a glowing controller, and it's like, it means I can't see the buttons for a second. And I've been using an Xbox controller lately because Pizza Tower. Naturally. Oh wait, I hope I can... I would imagine I could start a new save. Would imagine. I don't see why I wouldn't. Unless it's really silly. Sweet. Okay, yeah, new game. Yeah, let's do normal. Just do the default. That's what I like to do. Heck yeah, Chrono Trigger.
Come on, hurry up! The Queen's anniversary's gonna start without us, guys!
Yeah! Move your feet! Hop, hop, run like you mean it! Slow down, guys! Is it true, though? There's gonna be fireworks!
Yeah, saw them setting it up yesterday. There were loads of them. It'll be worth it, promise.
Frickin' Napon Waddle.
Gotcha!
Time break. Or chaos control. Take your Sonic reference and pick. I completely forgot about this, actually. It's like knowing Xenoblade, this is extremely plot important. It's just doing the plot equivalent of vague posting. Yeah, but I got spatial anomalies and everything. And mech battles.
Two colossal martial nations locked in war. Kevez and Agnes. What is it they need to stay alive? Water? Food? Certainly. But what we need most is life itself.
Oh my god, they got an army of sands.
Taking each other's lives. With the taken flames becoming your own in turn. While the other, the one whose essence is stolen, leaves only a husk.
Oh, huh.
There! What are you playing at? How can we claim their lives if you blow up the whole sparking thing? Cripple them! Aim lower! Yes, sir! Lower and aim, sir!
Wow, that's a dirty blow. Just straight up shot it in the crotch and everything.
Fighting in order to live, and living to fight. That's the way of our world. Ionios.
That's like the simplest way to build a fictional dystopia, isn't it? Fight over a resource that you need to fight over.
Because slowly but surely,
That only enables you to fight over it, more of it.
even though we have yet to realize that fact.
Worry about yourself, Noah!
Heck
There's
yeah.
still more of them!
Even so. Shut it! Stop flapping your gums and move!
Yeah, we've got more incoming.
Alright, I didn't remember how to play this. Okay, I don't need to super go over the tutorial stuff. Oh yeah, this first battle goes on autopilot, I guess. You're on Firelands. Hit him. Oh, right. Target.
Yeah! Kick up the offensive! Good job, Cutie! Take this!
I'm begging to let me use one of the buttons. Yeah. But it's just insistent on, hey, you gotta learn what auto attacks are first.
Keep on routing these fools and keep this moving forward!
Spark it. They spotted us in this obvious battlefield.
Noah, we gotta fight back. Time to draw weapons.
How do I pull out weapon?
Noah, we gotta fight back.
I was pressing A. Okay, whatever. That was weird.
You're on Fireland! Have it!
Eh. Let me use my abilities. I wanna. Thanks. Okay, here we go, finally. Boink. There we go. Backstab. Stab. There we go. I don't know if I have topple yet. Maybe.
They're tough. And here, Noah, we gotta fight back. Time to draw weapons.
I got it.
Enemy's broken away from me. I got something for you.
Oh, there we go. Eh. It's not really a back attack so much as it's a over his head attack.
I'll deal with you. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Have it. Extra.
Oh, whoops.
Enemy's broken away from me. Right, come here. I got something for you. Thanks. No.
Your turn. Oh, you just used your topple, didn't you? Dang it. There you go. Whoosh.
They outflanked us. Lance, the front line. That Trish's team. Uni, how are things with Kite? What about our backup?
Looks like they're busy guarding the artillery. They're not going anywhere. Anyone's moving right now, it's us.
Let's go! If the front line breaks, we're all dead! But the position! We can handle this ourselves! Go on, move it! That's what's hitting us! Well, now we know.
It's do or die, Noah.
Got it!
Boss fight. Kind of. It's funny seeing one of these. Am I talking about talent art? Oh, that, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's fine, I know. Yeah, I know canceling attacks, I know that. Use your abilities as soon as you're done auto-attacking. Oh, that wasn't side enough, dang it. I'm doing it. It's funny seeing one of these, like, big endgame enemies. Like, one of these big mech enemies that you usually see at the end of a frickin' Xenoblade game, but here it is at level 4. Wank. Okay, is this okay, I guess it can't be broken. Maybe. There's something about her going, I'm good at this whole healing business before her frickin' AoE just explodes. Okay, there we go. Right, there's that arrow. Stab. Did it. Chrono Green, Xeno Green, Chrono Bean 3. Those might have been words I just said. Welcome to war, kid. It's funny you say that, because, like, definitely one of the appeals that got me attracted to Xenoblade in the first place was... Okay, well, obviously, I saw Chugga's LP of the first Xenoblade, like, first thing. That was my first exposure to Xenoblade. But, like, one of the things that kept me attracted to it was, like... I don't know why, it just something about it gave such a Bionicle vibe. Maybe it's big, all the big mechas. A Lego Xenoblade crossover would be extremely unlikely, but can you imagine?
Victory!
Lego's a big fan of their mechs anyways.
We won!
We won!
Your lives are ours! Your lives are ours!
Rah. War games. Hello, oddly suspicious one. Yeah, you can't walk 3 feet in Great Britain without getting your soul stolen.
Every one of us.
It's like I'd buy
born
these things
looking
as
like
Lego
this.
sets. But yeah, they really look at the
soldiers.
as like something out of Lego.
As weapons for slaying Agnians. Yes. All of us
Confirmation.
live only to fight.
Cut that out! Stupid Noah!
It's fair note to anybody who happens to not know, but like Xenoblade really likes its themes of war.
Nice one, Lance.
Too early for that. Look, it's you they're after here.
Just take out their attackers and we're golden. They're gonna get it handed to them. Flickering hoop. You're as slippery as Noah sometimes.
Uni. Chick never shuts up. Kite. Range darts.
Easy.
Here's my ranged art. Gun. Really hammering that line in. You're a lifesaver. It's like it's a Xenoblade meme or something.
Kite, you keep firing and don't stop.
What?
Whatever you want.
Huh?
Go ballistic.
Spray and pray.
Just draw their attention. Because what we're after here is
Oh
that
yeah,
lame duck.
baby.
Yorin? But he's bottom of the class. Why bother?
Thing is, the brat's still a decent healer. Get it?
Ah, right. So we're playing by the book here.
Yeah, kill the medic first.
Pisses me off. But the fight will be good as one.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's how you play TF2. It's like you gotta mind, don't worry about the big scary Russian man. Shoot the medic first.
And they're behind cover!
Noah, can we flank him?
They're not in their usual formation.
Wait, what?
We're snuffed. Kai's just decoy, so they're really after.
Quick thinking, Lance.
Lance?
Tough guy, but you can't hold out forever.
Spark!
It's like practicality-wise, having a broadsword that also serves as a shield is like not very practical, but just in a fictional text sense, this seems neat. I like the idea.
Yeah, but don't you leave that nothing spot! Why would you... All that I am is yours! Now, you can carry on.
You should have done that much sooner.
There's something very Buzz Lightyear about that medal.
Get off me! Had to go and play the hero, didn't he?
You really think you could have taken them?
I think Yorin did the right thing. If he hadn't used his powers back there, you'd have been first out of the running.
Yeah, but still. Didn't have to go get himself killed for it.
Come on, he was trying to protect you. He lured in Garvel's gang, gave us a chance to turn this around. You know who wasn't up to it? We weren't.
Yeah, but... Just stop it! No more arguing. It's my fault. I should have just done a better job. Then we'd have won.
Hey,
So much for getting to the final, huh? Sorry. I let us down on your big day. I'm so sorry.
what big day?
The birthday.
What?
Whose? Yours, dummy. It's your second turn,
Is there
right?
an echo?
Remember?
Ah.
A win would have been a nice surprise.
Oh, whoops.
Lance was pretty
Okay.
fired up too, weren't ya?
I should fix it.
Cut
I had
it out.
desktop audio enabled. Whoops.
Hey,
What?
you'll apologize, right?
Might do, might not.
We each have a lifespan of 10 years. We call them terms. Life begins with our first term and ends at the close of our 10th. And over the course of those 10 years, we fight continually. Though in reality, there aren't that many who can hold their flame for the whole 10 years. Most lose their lives on the battlefield before they reach year 10. But those who do survive to the end are honored in a special service. We call it
So,
Homecoming.
this is a JRPG. It's gonna be really cutscene heavy at the beginning.
Yarn. Hey, Noah. Morning. Morning, Lance.
Don't be an asshole, Lance.
Get a move on.
Gosh.
Quick, we're gonna miss the homecoming.
First one they've ever had here, right?
Yeah, isn't it awesome?
It's like I have to jostle, not jostle, but like twitch my controller every now and then, otherwise it's gonna fall asleep. And it's gonna be awkward when gameplay comes back and I don't have a controller.
Whoa! Even the Queen's come out.
So that's Her Majesty, huh?
Good for her.
Wow, I've never seen her before.
Hmm.
So cool! I heard the stories, but this is just wild. That's gonna be me someday. Just you try.
I'm
and
gonna
stop me.
disintegrate,
You guys
and it's
too.
gonna be so
You're
cool.
totally making it with me.
Of course.
And you, Noah, right?
Huh? Sure. Yeah, you bet.
Hey, Flute's close enough in it.
Our lives came from the Queen, and we all lived for a chance to take part in the homecoming. The chance to return to the Queen's embrace. Carrying out 10 years of service fighting. That was our whole world. Nobody ever thought to question it. Until that day.
Now I'm distracted by how bionicle core this game's tech is. Tech aesthetic. A little bit.
Do you have to?
Huh?
You shouldn't be sending those guys off like that.
What? Why not?
Why are you like this, Noah? It's Agnes, our enemy.
Well, yeah. They don't have an officer, though, to send them.
Yeah, they all bit the dust thanks to us.
We
So
killed
what?
everybody. We're
Look,
the
there's
good
no rule
guys.
Not to.
Then what, you're just gonna keep going? I don't get you, Noah.
I know we're putting our lives on the line, but still.
Yeah, we get it already.
Friend or foe, someone has to lay them to rest. For that is my role as an officer. Right?
Is my voice that deep?
Shot at you. Wasn't trying to be anyone specific. Right, I've had about enough of all this depressing crap. Let's head back and hit the showers. I'm all gunked up with blood and sweat.
Bye, transport. Guess we missed it again.
Oh, bollocks!
This game is...
Oh, Noah always
I'm
does
always
this.
taken aback by how
many times
aggressively
is it we've had
British
to
this
walk
game
home
is.
now?
Look at the animals. Aren't they neato? Hey, we have gameplay again. Yeah, that.
Sweet,
That's fine.
poke around.
Poke around.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
let's
fine.
head back to Colony 9.
At least I could skip most of the tutorial stuff because I know it somewhat. I remember the broad strokes.
Sorry I made you wait.
Ah, it's fine. We're used to it.
Here we go, guys.
Leave it to
Alrighty.
me. I'll have them crying by the end.
Smart.
Come here, I got something for you. Thanks. Topple. Hey, this isn't too bad.
Nice one. I'll keep up the attack.
Smooth as always, Noah. They were no match for us.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
We'll make this quick.
Alright. I'm not sure how
I got something for you.
often I like fought enemies previously, but again, gotta keep the EXP up. Because there were a couple times where I got blindsided by like
Hear that, Noah?
tough enemies, like that guy over there. I mean, not quite that guy because he's level frickin' 43, but
I guess having the upper hand doesn't guarantee your safety.
Edge thrust.
stab you in the butt.
Nice one, Wamba.
I got something for you.
You're a lifesaver.
Topple.
Ground beast.
Bonk. Should probably get that checked out, Lance.
I guess having the upper hand doesn't guarantee.
Okay, fine.
Colony Sigma were fighting frantically for their lives. Just like us.
Can't be happening.
That didn't go over well. Strange. Okay, now I don't know where I am. Shoot. It was a close fight. Oh my god, all these guys respawned. How could they? There's something up here. Riff raff.
that what I think it is?
What does sparkly mean again?
I've got it all covered. Just you watch.
Counting on you, lad.
Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks. We've got them pinned down. Ground beat.
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Oh, right. Oh, hey, they said it. I don't know if they said it before, but hey, meat here.
Come here. I got something for you.
You're a lifesaver. Extra. Hurt, doesn't it? Nice one, Whopper.
Arrow burst.
I'll keep up your anger.
Smooth as always, Noah.
Take this. Extra.
Blarp.
Come on, keep going.
So, when's the battle happening?
I like the abilities being meter based. Where? Who? Oh, hi. Why are you guys aggressive? Yeah, I know. I was about to say, she didn't even drop healing, she dropped the attack thing. Stab the air.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Get used to hearing that. They're gonna say it a lot.
Oh, this is rare.
Sweet. I like rare. Look, it's a barrel. You can open those, you know. Salvage, you say? Is that a reference to another Xenoblade? Eh. I'd say Riku's pretty badass. He's the coolest Kingdom Hearts character. I really need a cutscene though. It's like, oh, there's barrels. They drop items. Whoa. Wild. Oh, they're gonna be me equipment. No. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah. Yes, it's fine. I know how to equip an item. I've played an RPG before. There, attack stone. Whoa. Big auto attack boost. Powerful. Advisable. Schwerp. Should probably also explain. Oh, cutscene. Oh, minor cutscene. Should probably also explain. I got through, I think it was the first 2 chapters before I kind of like Splatoon took over my life briefly, and I was like, Xenoblade 3 who? He's gotta play the flute. So it's like the first handful of sessions probably aren't gonna be like stuff I've never experienced yet, so but we'll eventually get there.
I'd better send them off.
Turn those red dots blue. Yay, affinity. I like that. Oh, there's stuff over there. I gotta pick up stuff. Wrong button. Hide that. I don't need to see it. It's taking up screen real estate I don't need. Or I need, rather. Or at the very least would rather have.
Better give it a good once over.
Is this really a pond? It looks more than just a pond.
Here we go, guys. Safest colonies with me on the job. Top one.
Break him.
Come here. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Ground beat. Hang of this.
That was Monster Screech. Wav.
Here we go, guys. I'm not gonna lose.
Oh, I missed.
We got
Whoops.
the initiative. Come here. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Right, thanks. Extra.
Stab.
How easy was that? Right. Let's push on.
Pretty easy. Almost makes me want to desire something of more substance. A bit meatier, as someone would put it. I don't know who, though.
You itching to get wrecked?
Yeah, why are these guys...
I got
Okay,
something for you. Thanks.
it's fine. Bugs are jerks, I guess.
Keep going. What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death? I'll whack 'em good.
Whack 'em.
I got something for you. You're a lifesaver.
Nope, stop moving.
Enemy's broken away from me.
Dang it.
Come here. I got something for you. Hey. No. Enemy's broken away from me. Extra.
Yes, no worries. Eat it.
Fail for Nito.
Take this. Nothing going.
Got it all figured out. A container.
Yeah, you pointed it out a second ago. Chill, I'm getting to it.
Keepers.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, Uni. Calm down.
Good care of that.
What's that? Oh. Plate pothos. Whatever that means.
This should be enough for our daily hygiene needs, eh?
No. It's no substitute for a proper bath.
Yeah, you're just getting wet. What are you, Lance? Like one of those people that just that go to the public restroom and just wet their hands and then leave?
You think you're all that, do ya?
Sorry, Noah. I'll grab their attention so you can circle around their backs.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing this.
Noah! Get behind the enemy track and give them a taste of your extra. Now's your chance! Time for an extra!
Nice! That's what I'm talking about. Hey, beat too bad.
Yeah, do more of that!
Eyes here.
Meat.
Better mess anything up
I
today.
got some meat, Noah. Like you wanted.
Extra. Hammy.
Overkill. Yeah, I like it how like moves in this game are meter based on an individual battle scale, so that like there's like no psychology of like, oh, but I gotta save mana for the next fight.
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lands wants something a bit meatier.
Whoa, got a rare doodah right here.
What? I love this game's voice acting. Oh, there's a dead guy. I spy a dead guy.
They're from Colony 9. Noah, will you do the honors?
Sure can do, butto. What are corpses doing over here? Like the battle was off that way. Did he fall out of the not helicopter?
Bonnets again. Oh,
Bonnets again. Ugh. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I just did it. Game. Chill out.
Come on, keep going. What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
It's fine. I don't think I've ever done those training drills. They're just kind of menu space that I have to unoccupy every now and then. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I'll unlock into the side. It's fine. Learn about positioning. I know this stuff. I played a Xenoblade before. Calm down. I've played this Xenoblade before. Calm down.
There's Colony 9.
Always a welcome sight.
Yep. Yeah, jostling on the geometry. Always a welcome sight. Oh, dead guy.
They're from Colony 9. Noah, will you do the honors?
Sure do, buddy. Guys, you're killing the mood. Like, really. Like, come on.
Sparky, they found us.
Oh, that's not really I found us as much as I jumped on top of him.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here, I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Arrow burn. Ground beat. All come uppercuts. Have it. That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to pick up. We gotta go over yonder. This is the first time we've ever been here in Colony 9. First time ever. Ah, made it back at last. What a hike. Such long walking's tough on legs of Riku. Riku totally pooped. It was a massive battle, but we don't seem to have taken too many injuries, fortunately. Yeah, I guess that's a surprise of going against a low-rank, no-mark colony like that. On the flip side, we didn't manage to fill the flame clock all that much. Ah, that's all for the best. At least we've all come back in one piece. I agree. Anyway, we should be all right on that front for the time being. Noah, talking out here is just waste of time. How about friends move chatter into Bath? Good thinking. Let's do that. They don't count. They're NPCs. I find this funny. I'm not going to explain right now because it's a bit spoilery, but they have this whole flame clock mechanic of like, oh, if I gotta keep the flames up by killing enemies and all that stuff. And if you let the flame clock get too low, it lowers your stats.
Finally, I can float my worries away.
Talk to
And with our lake
Doodads.
it should be empty too.
Ah, that's because Noah's busy doing his usually off-seer thing. Oh, I dare say. You must be tired. You should turn in before it gets much later. Alright, that's not a quest, that's just you haven't talked to this person yet. Never mind. I talked to this person because I was like, oh, quest. Oh my god. Naked Not Pawn breaking Twitch team's terms of service. Shit.
Say, you know how you became an officer after what happened?
I guess. Yeah.
How does she wash her feathers? Does she also put shampoo on her feathers?
Does it still hurt?
Pondering this over the death of a child.
No. I can't say I'm totally over it, but I'm getting there. I've sent so many of our comrades. A lot's happened. Both for me and those
Ricky
sent on.
Riku looked like he had a huge mustache there for a second.
Anyway, worry about him. Poor guy. Pushes himself too hard.
What can we do? He's been like this for ages. He never got to apologize, so... you know.
You guys talking about the battle?
Good thing Noah's head is right there.
Because I'll have nabbed them all.
The snuff you on about? I'll have you know I clocked up a fair bit more.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm the one who took the heavy off its hinges. They give you loads of points.
Ooh, big deal. If that heel had come a few seconds later, you'd be sleeping in the dirt.
Yeah, no, that was part of the plan. You couldn't tell. I just felt like giving you the credit. But don't worry, you can thank me later.
Huh? You're a right muppet, Lance.
Is that an actual insult British people use?
Alright then.
Muppet.
Off to bed with me.
Yeah.
I want to be
all
called a
that
Muppet.
walking's really done a number on me.
I'm sorry.
I think it'd be funny.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Huh. Because I can't say I've ever heard a British person
I might do some spot
say
maintenance
Muppet
on our gear
outside of
before I
this.
kit.
Lance, you're being very diligent.
Could be one. If I really wanted to. I don't know. Yeah. It's like, I'll read off quest dialogue, but for kind of chit-chat like this, you know. Plus side of playing a voice-acted game, mostly voice-acted game, I give my voice acting a rest. Which probably works out with my friggin' deadpan ass voice. Something about the way they pluralize Levness as Levnesses just sounds silly. Okay, Batty bye. Okay, time to hit the sack, maybe. punch that sack. Rest to the max. Resting, very serious business. Agree. Indeed. I feel like it says a lot about this game's turnaround and tone. Because it felt like if this was Xenoblade 2, they'd be really weird about the fact that there was a bath scene.
An emergency assembly.
It's the crack of dawn, guys.
Why?
No idea. We better take a look.
To get to the assembly point, we got.
Lance is gonna draw that sack's aggro.
I think Noah knows that, Lance.
That way I gotta hit it with a back attack.
Remind me, what are we lining up for here?
Royal decree from the castle. They say an enemy armored unit's approaching this area. Come on, man. I just got to sleep and everything.
Friend's fault for staying up late.
And whose fault was it I couldn't sleep? I asked you to do the maintenance on my power frame, but you totally messed up my settings.
Uh-huh. That probably different frame. Riku is popular guy bun, crushed by weight of fans asking to do favors. Sometimes mix up orders. Man, if configs bamboozle, why not fix by self?
That's why I didn't get any sleep,
The first time I got to
I'm
this
here to
cutscene,
announce today's
Riku's
mission.
voice took me the fuck out, because I was not expecting that voice out of a
We
Napon.
have one target. It's currently on course for the suppression area here. Judging from the mass, it's expected to be large in size. And based on its speed, we estimate it will reach the Alfeto Valley at 0100 hours. Notably, the target's emitting a considerable amount of ether energy. As for your mission, deploy at the canyon by the designated time. Investigate and destroy the source of ether.
Commander, one question.
Go.
About this target. Can we assume it's from Agnes?
We don't know. We haven't been able to confirm, but it seems that they're also gunning for it. This would suggest it should be seen as part of a different enemy force. Combat
That's
with
not
enemy
one of
troops in the
ours,
area
so we
is
must
also
smack it.
expected. Details will be sent to your iris after deployment. Clear? You are to remain vigilant throughout the operation. Dismissed.
I'm just gonna call the soccer freaking air hockey for grown-ups, I guess. We'd better start preparing to move out, too. Noah, mate, do you want to go to the commissary to do some equipment shopping? How fucked up is this? You gotta buy your own equipment of war. Gotta get him togged out with something a bit more solid, yeah? Make him a bit less squishy. Yeah, maybe then I could fight that big dinosaur thing. You should be flush with cash since you got the reward for calling me Sigma job, right? I'll show you some top-notch accessories. Could do worse than a bit of advice from a battle-worn hard case like Mwamba, huh? Hoopla. Cheers, Mamba. Then we go to commissary? Camilla's taking point on distribution around this time, I reckon. Good to know. Alright, let's go and take care of the prep then. Burr, 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 burr. Sure is a quest. Okay. Hey, have you ever played done a shop in a video game before? No.
Noah, move those drops. Let's get ourselves kitted out with some good gear for the road ahead.
Yeah, I'm coming. Guys, you're not supposed to be behind the counter. Yeah, you could say that. Listen, can we get a bronze temple guard? I want to get Noah kitted out. Sure thing, here you go.
Goodbye.
Noah immediately forgets what he was going to buy. Same, to be honest. Glad to be of some help. A bronze temple guard, eh? Nice, nice. Should make our job a bit easier, at least. Oh yeah, hurry up and put it on already. Yeah, I'm on it. Right, this one. It's Pokemon button, menu button. Yeah, I just did this. Yeah, okay. I do feel a bit tougher already. Wow, that's the mark of a good piece of gear. It's RPG magic. The commissary's stacked with useful bits and bobs like that. I misread that as boobs at first. You'll want to stop by every now and then. Anything to get an extra edge in a fight against Agnes, right? If we show consistent results, the colony might be promoted too. Boobs. I got those. On a drawing of me, at least. That'll improve the quality of the equipment on offer here as well. We'll do our best to make it happen. Thanks, Mamba. Alright, so all geared up then. Let's head over to Plaza, double time. Yeah. Huh? Really? Well, that's a pickle. Oi, Noah, what's the holdup? We going or not? Yeah, sorry, it's just... There's a troubled man in an RPG. That must mean he can send us on a quest of some kind. He look troubled somehow? Oh, Spock's sake. We're gonna put our goody two-shoes cap on now? Oh no, not cap. They're shoes, man. Fine. Let's see what's up then. Yeah. Yep. Now, I'm gonna ignore what the tutorial just had me do. Yeah, get your attack back on. And you can have the temple guard. Because you're the tank, doy. Hi, Rold. Something the matter? Oh, Noah. It's nothing. I don't want to distract you from the big mission. Maybe it'll help us both in the end. Come on, tell us what's wrong. Nosy as ever, I see. Thanks, though. You know about the urgent mission issued this morning, I suppose? It came up so suddenly, we didn't have time to ready all the resources for the plan. I mean, we literally just finished fighting against Colony Sigma. Pretty frustrating, yeah. We could pick the stuff easy, though. There's not enough hands to go around, so I'm not sure we can make up the shortfall. If that's all there is to it, I'd be happy to help. It'll be a quick job with more people, right? You would? Really? We've been assigned to the mission too, so we're going to need those supplies. Oh then, thanks. It's a load off my mind. Sure thing. What do you need? Here's the rundown. Chewy radishes, 3. Clusterellas, also 3. Finally, 2 portions of rich fish meat. That freaking phrase, rich fish. We put a request up on the Collectopedia card. Would you mind double-checking that... double-checking that you can see it. Collectopedia card. Got it. Alright, send me on another... menu quest. Raud's got a thing. Can I not? Oh, I guess I don't have it yet. Right, I've got this memorized. Sorry for the hassle, and thank you. The fish meat comes from prawn-haxes swimming around the colony entrance. As for the chewy radishes and clusterels, I think I remember picking them around there as well. So it's all in the colony area then. Great, at least we don't have to go far. And with us on the case, we'll get this done real quick. I appreciate it. Once we collect all the items, we'll just put them on the Collectopedia card, yeah? Exactly. Once you've registered them there, come talk to me again. I'll be here, checking and packaging the goods. Alright, will do. Yeah, I'm picking those up. Oh shoot, whoops. Ow.
This is something decent, right?
Hey, I fell on something decent. Neat. Okay, let's beat up some fish real quick. Swimmy.
Should be some juicy piranhaxes ahead. Let's get the rich fish meat from those. Hair trigger! Ground beef! Right in blood!
Ryan, thank you.
I got something for you!
Cheers, you're the get.
Got you, have it! Bursting with it! Protect my friends.
Oh, hi.
With focus! Collins with me on the job.
Now's your chance.
Come here! I got something for you! Thanks!
Imagine making a fish trip. How do you even do that?
Come on, keep going. What are they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
Magneto, got the fish. Are you radishes? You look a bit like radishes. Oh, I guess. Go to the quest marker, duh.
Oh, this is rare.
Rare nut. Got it.
Those chewy radishes and clusterels should be growing nearby, I reckon.
Then let's snap them up.
Yummy. Yeah, I was just there. Tutorial, please.
It's looking
Where-
complete. We'll have to register the materials we gathered on Rold's Collectopedia card.
Yeah, I just did that, Lance. It's fine. run by this man one more time. How did we not discover that? Okay, it's kind of funny. Can I get EXP from just sort of wandering into my backyard? Oh hey, it's you, huh? We'll be meeting this guy later. Okay, man. We got your fishy things. We got all the things you asked for. Yeah, I saw the notification. Thanks a lot. That should be us then. I can arrange the necessary supplies now. You can? Great! Then we're glad to have been of service. I'll be sure to repay you after the big op. Be sure to come back alive, eh? Of course we will. I've never used them before, but those collectopedia cars sure seem nifty. Yeah, you can send supplies over the internet, imagine. Well, duh. They let you know what your fellow soldiers need, so everyone can chip in. Give you an example, I'm always on the lookout for fortune clovers, right? But they're a right pain to spot. So I pop a request to my card, and someone else might see it and send me one if they find it. That's the rough idea. So let me get this right. We've got this wicked system at our fingertips, and you're using it to dig up weeds? That's so dumb. You dare! We're all soldiers here. You never know if you'll still be here tomorrow, but still. It's a nice feeling when someone you've met remembers you. Thinks about your needs. Yeah, it's a good system. Whoever made it had the right idea. But the devs patting themselves on the back for that one. I bet you've been checking up on your Colony 9 buddies every now and then. Through your iris, eh? Absolutely. Well, you just be sure to check up on me as well, alright? Make it a daily ritual. Way ahead of you, Mamba. Would recommend to make tracks for assembly point about right now. Shoot, you're right. We're assembling it by the Colony 9 front gate, right? Let's go as soon as you're ready to camp. Brr. Oh, we're doing this? Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had air slash on. Usually anyway.
We should review our arts and skills every now and again.
Fox, that's me.
To have a great guy like you around now.
What's gotten into you?
If we got things to get off our chest, now would be a good time to say them, huh?
Yeah, Nothing better than unburdening yourself.
We're having two conversations at the same time. Powerful. Don't death flag yourself like that, man. This is a war game, after all. Alrighty. We got all our Bionicle collections here. That looks like a boss from Sonic Frontiers.
Now we're bringing out the big guns. What's up?
Our rank, it is copper, right?
Talking about colony ranks. I mean, we did win big yesterday. It'll only be a matter of time before we make iron. That'll be it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Uh-huh. Looks like they're rolling out silver rank for this operation.
Silver rank? What would they be doing here?
Orders are orders. Can't complain about their help, though.
We're moving out. Wedge formation until point D. Don't fall behind.
Hey, what's up? I'm getting a call from Roald. Hey, Noah. Sorry to be a pain in the bum, but I was wondering if you'd mind doing me one more huge favor. Sure, no problem at all. What's the trouble? It's just, I happened to skim over everyone's Collectopedia cards earlier and, well, looks like a bunch of people are still a bit behind on preparations for the big mission. If you happen on anything they could use while you're out and about, would you mind throwing it to them using the cards? I hear loud and clear. When we find the materials, we just register them on the Collectopedia cards, right? That's right. Same as always. Sorry and thanks again. That Roald so like sticking his beak in other people's business. Reminds me Remind you of someone else we know, eh, Lance? Heh, bang on. Still, at least there's rewards attached to it. I'd say we go for it. That way everyone benefits. How very like what lands to weigh benefits so careful like. What you say, furball? Alright. Let's get our heads back in the game and be on our way to Alfetta Valley. Alright, now it's a Xenoblade game. Got funky giraffe monsters and everything. That, that hallmark of a Xenoblade game. Yeah. Normal, elite, unique. Sparkly. Yeah, what does that mean exactly again? Yeah, rare items, okay. Enemies do certain actions, yada yada. What level are we right now? 5, okay. It's like we could fight that thing, but I remember getting my ass beat by it first attempt. Yeah. Something is so funny about this, just like big mechs, they're struggling against what the heck was that? Okay. Struggling against some bunnets. It's fine. Lansy boy. Oh, that was a waste. Whoops. How is this thing's gun just not obliterating these things? Did it.
Keep going.
So, when's the battle happening?
Oh wait, no, it was that thing I got.
Is that Lenny?
Is that Lenny? Oh.
He looks worried. Let's ask him what's wrong.
You're standing out in the middle of nowhere. Lenny, are you alone here? No, I let down Django and the others. Tell me what happened. My team was wiped out. We ran into rampaging monsters at Sonata Saddleback. That's Grave Bonnet country. And they attacked in swarms. Yeah, there's so many that we were just overwhelmed. My power frame was broken and the others defended me. We were so close to the colony. I'm sorry. Now, I want to ask you to do something for me as an Offseer. Play for my friends. Please, send them on. Django and Olivia Ann and Marlon. Before the monsters get to them. Of course. Can you give us the coordinates? I'll send the info to your iris. Thank you for doing this. Get off that away. Yeah, I got my ass beat that... Yeah, now I'm kind of remembering. I got... Who? Oh. It's like I got my ass beat by that elite bonnet because the fight somehow wandered a little too close to that unique monster, and then oopsie doopsie, that spelled trouble.
Right, let's push on.
Okay, let's hit you guys.
Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
Let's not fight him one at a time. Yeah. Guess that's not happening. Take out the weak ones.
Enemies broken away from me. Go here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Enemies broken away from me. Have it. Go here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Lightning blast. Enemies broken away from me. Go here. I got something for you.
You're a lifesaver. Hang on.
You're down.
Now's your chance.
Time to get cracking. Uppercut. Arrow burn. Break. Top one.
Root heal. I'm good at this whole healing business.
Thanks. Hey, this isn't too bad. I'm grateful.
Schwunk.
Hey, I'm here.
You're on fire, Lance.
Power ring.
Take this. Nothing going.
Root heal.
Head thrust.
Stabby. Okay, I remember that being kind of annoying. Because they like pause for dramatic effect whenever you inflict one of the status ailments on them. It's like sometimes I mess up the timing for air slash. There. Beat an elite fella.
So, when's the battle happening?
Those guys can wait till later. Alright, that quest is that way. I wonder if I can do it right now.
What's that?
I'm just saying that because we're approaching a point of interest. Oh my god. They're eating him. And then they're gonna eat me. Over there. What are they doing with Django and the others? Let's stop them. Yeah. Break. Stand here. Should probably get that checked out, Lance. Slam.
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah?
Just want something a bit meatier.
Could have picked a more appropriate time to say that.
I'd better send them off.
Like, we could go back, but they're stuffed over here. A box.
Wonder what's inside.
Oh my god, it's a crystal thingy. An entire gemstone contained inside this huge barrel. What an effective use of space. What are you guys by yourself? Yeah, by yourselves.
Here we go, guys.
Never a dull moment, eh?
Right.
Power ring.
Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver. Excellent! This isn't too bad.
Just jab it up its butt.
Eat it.
Enemy's broken away from me.
I like their basic attack. They're just like Doink. With their leg. Let's protect my friends. Don't watch out for those guys. We disintegrated your buddies as corpses. It's fine now. We sent off your friends. Thank you. Are you okay? This isn't the first time I've lost friends. I don't know why I can't get used to the feeling. You don't have to get used to it. It's a weird thing to get used to. Or rather, a fucked up thing to get used to. Is that what you think as an Offseer? Anyway, you've earned my heart a little. Thank you so much. Got something else to say? Alrighty. Crabs. What's a JRPG without giant crabs? Yeah, basically Skyrim.
We're just getting warmed up.
Man, I haven't had crab meat in so long. Be nice to have it, but like, god, shit's expensive. Especially these days. Ooh, shiny crab.
I've got it all covered.
Doink. Lansy boy.
You're a lifesaver.
Yugi boy. That somehow counts as a back attack. Okay. Noah? Oh, you're caught in a rock.
Come on, keep going. What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
How can you yawn when you're fighting a giant crab?
What's that?
Is there something up here?
Guys, get ready to fight.
Oh, hi.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
You want to tussle? Come here! I got something for you! Thanks!
Crab party. More crabs. We need more crabs. Gather all the crabs. gonna save my break for the next guy. Break. Well, you wanted something a bit meteor lands. There we go.
It's 'cause I'm just that good.
You wanted something a bit meatier. There's some giant crab meat for you.
Better log this in the terrain data. Hey, take this one down pronto. Fight with focus.
Leave it to me. I'll have a crying by the end.
Yeah, I enjoy that enthusiasm about fighting giant crabs.
I got something for you. Thanks. Take this. Uppercut. Hey, I'm here. You're on fire, lad. Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Cheers, you're a gem.
Nothing. Enemy's broken away from me.
No, don't hit me.
I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Enemy's broken away from me. Keep going.
So, when's the battle happening?
A moment ago, Uni. Pay attention, gosh.
Come here. I got something for you.
Oh, we got big guy. Whoops.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you. Nothing going. Take this.
You'll do this.
You stay on guard for now.
Eat it.
Extra.
Get rid of this small guy ASAP.
Come here. I got something for you. Thanks. I gotta push this stuff. Enemy's broken away from me.
Out of here.
I'll keep up the attack. Looking good, huh? Hey, I'm here. You're on fire. Come here. I got something for you. Thanks. Enemy's
What, do British kids fight giant crabs all the time?
I got something for you.
Cheers, you're a gem.
What? Rising blood. Hey, I'm here. You're on fire, lad. Uppercut. Head trigger. That's the weak point. Looking good, huh?
I'm good at this whole healing business.
Thanks.
It could be a little bit better.
Enemy's broken away from me. Arrow burst.
Ow.
Come here. I got something for you. Thanks. Nothing.
Knock 'em.
Broken away from me. Take this. Come here.
Oh, no wonder we're struggling so much. That guy came in too.
Mate, you're better than this.
Give me a break. I was just resting my eyes. Take this.
I can still do this.
Can you keep going? Hair trigger.
I don't want to
Eh.
Uni. This can't be
Okay, if Uni's down, we gotta get out of here.
me yet. You might want to hang back. Hey, this isn't too bad. Nice one, Wamba. What? Uppercut.
Right.
We've got them pinned down.
Okay. Well, now if there's only two of them.
Hey, this one means
Yeah,
business.
let's take you on one-on-one first.
Something for you. You're a lifesaver.
Power ring.
Couple. Uppercut. Extra. Rising blast.
You stay over there.
Have it. What? Extra. We've got them pinned down. Overclock buster.
Something I wish more RPGs had is just like your team auto heals outside of battle.
They were no match for
Just
us.
smack him.
We aced that one.
Alright, you should be way easier now that you don't have friends.
Here we go, guys.
Bonk.
Usual, Noah.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Enemy's broken away from me!
Ouch.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Up a tree! Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver. Take this.
Crush out!
Arrow burst.
Stab. I remember there being a glitch in this spot the first time where like one of these guys was just under the ground for some reason. And it was to a point where I've seen it replicated by other people playing too. But I guess they patched that out. Let's get one last combo going. Oh. I was denied the cool finisher.
That was over way too soon!
Hear that, Noah?
Lance wants something a bit meatier, yeah.
These are worth a bit, right?
We should take good care of that.
It's rich coming from you, Lance, considering you beefed it last time we fought that thing. Alright, off with that away.
Hey, this one means business.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
I can walk sideways.
Enemy's broken away from me!
That's the way I commune with Crab.
Sounds good to me!
Now's your chance.
Cheers for that! Rising blast!
Yes, keep up the offensive.
Eh.
Protect my friends.
Level up, sweet.
Is that what I think it is?
Hi, bird.
I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Rising blast! Air blast! Topple! Arrow burst! All coming together! Have it!
Jab. This guy's going down quick for level 7.
All figured out.
Feather. Barely glowing wing.
Whoa! Got a rare doodah right here!
What a name. Oh my god, there's level 50 dudes here.
That's the entrance to Alfeto Valley.
Sure
This should
is,
put us
pal.
about halfway then.
There's a shiny buddy over there.
Is
I
that
gotta
what
fight
I
him.
think it is?
We'll be fine. Just don't be a fraud.
Definitely love Xenoblade logic. I could definitely hit him from up there.
Well, they were no match for us.
Right, let's push on.
Yeah, more guys fighting wild animals. I'm here. Let me fight. I want to fight on the side of Crab.
Leave it to
But I can't.
I'll have a try by then. Eat it.
I know crabs have a tendency to be weirdly aggressive. But, like, surely a crab wouldn't, like, willingly approach a giant mech. Dang it. I was once again denied the cool finisher.
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah?
Hear that, Noah?
Something a bit meatier.
I was tempted to put a meter on the count on the I was tempted to put a meaty meter down at the bottom to count how many times they say that, but I didn't want to have to stop every few seconds.
Here we go, guys.
Never a dull moment, eh?
Why not? I keep being just barely shy of doing 69 damage. Unnice. Dang it. Yeah, one of their attacks is just like barfing on you. Stop swapping aggro. Hey, 69 damage.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Lands with something a bit
Think of all
meatier.
that, do ya?
Okay, fine. Break his ankles. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you bullet that rush. Why do you put your power rings in the weirdest spots, Uni? That helps nobody. Oh, I guess it's helping Wamba. Oh my god, he's got topple resist. Our one counter. Keep killing him before I land a last hit.
Come on, keep going.
So, when's the battle happening?
That was a substantial fight, Uni. Chill out. Gosh. Lori, what are you doing? Loria, what are you doing here? Oh, hey Noah. Just listen to this. I'm supposed to rendezvous with another team at this location, but the appointed team's come and gone, and I've seen neither hide nor whisker of them. Rude or what? Now hold on a flaming second. You sure they're being rude? Couldn't something have happened to them? Oh, maybe. Military professionals, these. When did you last hear from them? They reported their revival at Shark's Jaws Cape, and since then, not a peep. Shark's Jaws Cape, right? You can check it out. You guys can go ahead with your assignment. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Sorry for blowing my top earlier. You're fine. We'll handle it. Just be careful not to get lost yourself, Hey, don't treat me like a sparking rookie. Thanks, though. Yeah, but they will say bollocks.
Better log this in the terrain data.
This is the only way into this area, though. How would you not have it logged? Hey, check it out. Spearhead Squad. Huh. Wolves? It's weird thing about Xenoblade is that they give weird names to animals that sort of sound like animal names, but not quite. And yet they have a place called Shark's Cape. They're not much of an enemy if you take them one at a time. Still. The main objective of the op is still ahead. If these guys hit an impasse, we ought to help them. I thought you'd say something like that. Hi, you lot. Hang tight, we'll back you up. Nice. Together we'll take them out in no time. I'll write this. Generally speaking, I like to do the strategy to take one down at a time. Smash. Well, not smash, but you know what I mean. Oh my god, my back's thrust missed. How could you? Hey. They call those wolves. Or wolves as in the wolves, but they look more like hyenas.
This all we're getting? Gonna need something a bit more meaty about now.
Tell me about
Not you guys, too.
The colony we fought the other day, dirt rank. Hardly filled up the flame clock at all.
Lance, Uni.
Yeah?
No heroics this time. Keep your head screwed on.
Come on, man. No one ever tell you. I'm a hero in the making, I am. Without my heroics, our combat unit would be right up there.
Lance.
Creak.
Come on. Stop being so cocky.
It was just a joke, mate. No need to glare.
Is it that bad?
Yeah. Something's not right here. Something just feels off.
Noah's intuition's never wrong.
Friends better listen to Noah.
Got it.
He's the protagonist.
Wamba. If things get hairy, you hide behind me, yeah? Lance, you just focus on protecting Noah. Don't worry
How
about
did I
me.
get that quest? Oh, I probably got it from her. Duh. Is that far? Yeah, it's on the other side of the river. Shouldn't take crazy long to get over there. There's stuff over there anyways. Hoop, hoop, hoop.
I'll whack him good.
Okay. Ignore the crab. Ah. I have enthusiasm for fighting crabs, but to a point. Wait, hi, here's a field of flamingo.
What's that?
I don't know. What is that?
Is that what I...
Guys, get ready to fight.
Make it
Come
quick!
here! I got something
Nope,
for
I
you.
missed.
Thanks.
Air slash! Uppercut! Slap! Extra! Rising blast! Hey, this isn't too bad. I'm grateful. Hey, eyes here!
Hey, you barely messed anything up today.
Keep going. What's that? Oh, looks like we can go on from here.
You think you're all that, do ya?
Who? Oh.
Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver.
Fine, I'll beat you up.
Rising blast! We've got them pinned down! Extra! Crash out! Now ready to make some waves.
Imagine just trying to have a walk and the local rabbit attacks you. That is how the Xenoblade world work.
Better log this in the terrain data.
You think you're all that, do ya?
Come here! I got
Are you all that?
Right! Enemy reinforcements! Topple!
Just get rid of you guys so you don't interrupt this fight ahead. That would be awkward.
Come here! I got something for you! Thanks! Enemy's broken away from me! Alright, come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver!
Your lifesaver.
Hey, this isn't too bad! Nice one, Wamba!
Enemy
Good
reinforcements.
job, you! Come here! I got something for you! Thanks!
Ah. Friends, stop it.
Topple! Hey, I'm here! You're on fire, lads!
Days. Dang it. Uni. Fine.
Hear that, Noah? Lance got something
I'll
a bit
KO with a
easier.
smaller number then.
Oh, a container!
Yes, that's what should be on prime on our attention right now.
Enemy's broken away from me!
Who are you targeting? Oh.
Something for you! Thanks! Great! I'll keep up the attack! Looking good! Hey, this isn't too bad! Nice one, Wamba! I'm stopping you, lads! Take this! Ha! Extra! Crush out! Rising blast! Bullet rush! Uppercut!
Eat it.
Bird, stop flying around. Smack.
That was over way too soon.
Would it have counted on the meter since she didn't get to say it? Noah, thank the flame you hadn't showed up. Well, I didn't want to finish that set. I don't even want to finish that sentence. It's fine. I'm just happy you're okay. Hurry along to Laria, would you? She's been worried sick. Yeah, we'll do that straight away. Thanks, we owe you.
Oh, a container.
Where's that container you're talking about?
This is something decent, right?
Where is that container you're talking about? Oh, over there. I can't get to it. Wah. Okay, can I get down without pulling aggro on those level 50 fish? It's one thing to piss off the piranhas, but pissing off level 50 piranhas, now that's asking for trouble. Oh, here's a container. Boing. Hey, this JRPG has platforming in it.
I hope we can make use of this.
Actually, that's a good point. I should see what accessories I got. You don't need to do more damage. I could up your block rate. Or maybe not. Maybe yes. Where'd that go? Either way. Who has that? Oh, do you have that on? No. Oh, okay, I mistook the shield icon for this is equipped to somebody. Never mind. Doi. Yeah, you can use that. Alright. Everybody's got items. Eh. Alright, now let's move on.
Is that what I think it is? Fight with focus! Counting on you, Noah!
Trip him. Fuck him up. Hey. Cleave him in half.
Alright, next! Oh wait, it's over.
Mild camel powder. Implying the existence of spicy camel powder. Eep. Come to think of it, Scarlet and Violet were also JRPGs with platforming.
Give it
Stab me in the butt.
Remember who you're talking to? Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver. Hey, this isn't too bad.
Nice one, Wamba. I'll keep up the
They
attack.
were no match for us.
Right, let's push on.
Whoa, what's with that one?
I've got it all covered. Just you
It's
watch.
got a sword up its ass. That's what's up with it.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Topple! Hey, this isn't too bad.
Nice one, Wamba.
Arrow burst!
Hang of this. Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
Hair trigger! Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
No wooing.
All coming together!
$300 penalty.
You're a fire lad.
They were no match for us.
Right,
Ah, shoot.
let's push on.
I fell.
Do we fight? Come here! I got
Sure, why
something
not?
for you.
You're a lifesaver.
Wait! Topple! Hey! Eyes here!
You're a fire lad. Hey, this isn't too bad. Nice one, Wamba.
Arrow burst! How's about this, veteran 10-timer, huh? Alright, next! Oh wait, it's over.
Wolf meat, but purple. That's how you know it's special.
Guys, get ready to fight.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Nothing going. Right, Topple! Extra! Have it! Arrow burst! Uppercut! Slash! You could try a little harder.
You're a fire lad.
Right down! Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Bird. Leave us alone.
Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're dead.
Bonk. Big numbers. Love to see it. Lands, you're precariously on the edge there. And there's an enemy that can knock us around. Beat you up. Bird. No problem. Yeah, you are a little bit worse for wear, Lands. No! I can't hit him from here. Or can I? Okay, there we go.
Veteran 10-timer, huh? Alright, next! Oh wait, it's over.
It's like I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know why Lance positioned himself like that.
Enemy
Come
reinforcements.
here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Enemy's broken away from me! Topple! Air blast! Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks for the support.
Nothing going. I'm gonna push through this!
Stay on guard for now.
Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're a gem.
Enemy's broken away from me! Come here!
Dang it! Don't miss. Oh, I should have saved that.
This is bad.
Hold on. Just a bit further. Enemy's broken away from me.
Take this guy. Get you out of here.
Extra! Nothing going.
This is bad.
Don't push yourself.
Heal. I'm good at
Blanc.
Come on, keep going. Right, let's push on.
Okay. I don't know if I want to fight these things because fighting is annoying. But whatever.
We'll be fine. Just don't be a clod.
Whoops.
Everybody stay sharp.
Don't see they don't be clawed.
Hey, this isn't too bad. Nice one, Wamba. Arrow burst.
Yeah, exactly. These guys just decide they want to be invulnerable for a hot second.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death? The secret to a
I
long
said you're
life is knowing when
passive,
to leg
aren't
it.
you? Okay, don't go in there. Don't go in there. That's later that I went in there. Can I grab these before the cutscene starts? Thank you. Oh, I see a dead guy. Hiding up there. Picked a weird place to die. Rendezvous point up ahead. Since Nopons can't use irises, is it a pain to have to keep fiddling with that terminal? No fear. Riku take it in stride. Also, if pretend to not look at terminal, can ignore all troublesome and tiresome communications. Whoa, that's kinda smart. Oh my god, it's a dinosaur. Riku, watch out! He was camouflaged as a rock? We're gonna have to face it. Here it comes. Boss fight. It's like, we got this big, scary frog dinosaur thing, and its name is frickin' Drifter Ropple. That doesn't count as back. Dang it. Thanks. I try. Don't run away from me. Days. There we go. It does kind of look like a Monster Hunter thing. It does. I forget how annoying these guys are because they slide all over the place. Break. Cool finisher. There's something a bit meatier.
So, it's gonna be next month.
Yeah, just a little longer. You're something else, Mwamba. The pride of Colony 9. Oh, you guys. I finally made it this far.
What's up?
Well, thing is, I was thinking after this op, I think I'm gonna go and put in a transfer to the salvage corps. You never know what will happen on the battlefield, right? You can laugh at me if you want. I ain't laughing, man. We've only been alive this long because you've always had our backs.
Yep. We owe you a ton. Just make sure you get to your homecoming, okay?
Lance, Uni, you guys.
Can you death
Mamba,
flag this man any
now not
harder?
time to relax, tear ducts. Let down guard, and you feel flame clock of someone else.
Riku, come on. Well, you don't mince words. You are right, though. Sorry, Noah.
Huh? Oh, no, it's not that. I guess I was just thinking about your homecoming. Made me feel a little sad.
Noah.
Mwamba, salvage is an important service. Don't feel like you owe us anything.
Thank you so much, Noah. Right then, let's get this operation done. Next month's a homecoming!
No one knows. He's genre savvy.
I'd love to make it to my homecoming. Maybe if I'm lucky.
Of course you'll make it. We all will.
I wonder. I mean, I'm not like you guys.
I
so
don't know much
clumsy.
about Monster Hunter.
Come on, you're not. What about the last match?
I played a little bit of stories too, and that was it. That's
still
pretty much
lost
my
though,
only
right?
exposure to it.
It's okay. I've sort of half given up already.
I still need to finish
Sure.
that game. I never
at
did get
least-
back around to doing it.
Huh?
Whoops.
When I do die, I want to at least be of some use.
Enough of that.
What?
Don't talk like that. I've always told you we're a team, haven't I? That means now and always.
Noah. Noah.
Huh?
I'm gonna go on ahead. We got a call. Martha's team has a spot free, apparently.
Ah, right.
Do me a favor. Come along with me to the office.
When you apply. Got it. The commander can be intense.
Exactly. Later.
Sure hope this non-permanent party member makes it. Alright. Anyway, dead guy. You were over here, I think. Yes.
I'd better send them off.
There. You are now auto-balanced. What's that? Oh. Let's off that away. I see a crate over there.
A container.
I've got it all covered. Just you watch.
Show us your moves, Lensy boy.
Yugi boy.
Thanks. You want to tussle? Oh, we can tussle. Nothing going. Come here. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, we already have to be like slightly more careful because we are down a party member now.
Enemy's broken away from me. Extra. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Break. No. Enemy's broken away from me. Atlas, come here. I got something for you. Thanks.
Slam.
Got them pinned down.
Heal.
Extra. I'll keep up the attack.
Smooth as always, Noah. Eat it.
Extra.
Butt stab.
Got that all figured out. A container. Finders keepers. These are
Yeah,
worth
getting
a
to
bit,
it.
right?
We should take good care of that.
Swiftly into our inventory. about the best we can take care of something. Pillow shroom sounds soft. Like something I want to lay on.
Guys, get ready to fight. Come here! I got something for you! Thanks! No, enemy's broken away from me! Airflash! Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver! Enemy reinforcements! Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver!
Power ring! Eat it!
Nothing going.
The heck are you doing, Uni?
That's the weak point. Looking good, huh? Right. I'll keep up the attack.
Smooth as always.
Yeah, thanks. Location discovered. Neat.
Power ring!
Days.
Days!
There we go. It's completely unnecessary, but I like seeing the big number.
I could have handled that on my own.
Right, let's push on.
You think you're all that, do ya?
Come here. I got
You're talking smack to a bug.
Power ring!
Dang it.
I'll deal with you all at once. Come here. I got something for you. Thanks. Hey, no. Do that again for me. Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you. Thanks. Crash out. I'm gonna push through this.
Hang in there, I'll heal you.
Uppercut.
Heal.
You're on Fireland. Topple.
Days!
Overclock buster. That was over way too soon.
Almost 3,000 damage.
Colony
Let's
9
got
gang.
something a bit meatier.
Let's take a break over there.
Yep.
Lands with something a
Gotta
bit
get ready for
meatier.
operation.
Okay, this is also getting ready for the operation. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Is that the items? Or that being quests? Their quest.
We just had to persevere.
Hey.
That's all of them.
Yeah, we got attack stone.
We just had to persevere.
And I guess as long as we got the stuff, why not? Yeah, ready. What was that accessory I got? Apprentice. Boost damage out when higher level, attacking high level enemies. Well, I don't do that super often, so. But I'll keep that in mind. I gotta grab everything. Can't help my kleptomania. We made it to the rendezvous point faster than I thought we would. Wamba did help us a lot along the way. Wamba's team, they're not here yet. Martha's squad was leading the way. There'll be a different rendezvous point, I expect. The mission hasn't changed. We'll stand by around here till the scheduled start of the operation. Roger that. Shall we grab a bite to eat? Good shout. Noah, something up? I just got this uneasy feeling. It won't go away. The thing you were talking about before? Mate, you're thinking too hard as usual. Think it could just be the pressure of weighing on you a bit? Yeah, maybe. No, for snuff's sake. We still got a bit of time. Had a quick blowing off steam with a quick sparring sesh. Huh? Come on, we got the operation soon. Shouldn't we just rest? Nah, this is exactly the sort of time you want to get your heart rate up. Nothing like a good toe-to-toe to get out of your head. Really helps you focus. Never mind empty-headed proposal of lands, Noah. Shut it, fluffbag. Riku votes for having mindful moment in quiet place. Checking on state of self. Okay. Sounds a lot like you're explaining the game mechanics. Thank you, Lance. Why don't we train a bit so we can give it everything in battle? Nice. Yeah, camps. You can do stuff in them. Sure do. That is one cool thing about the Xenoblade series. It's like you get when you can get optional EXP from like quests and stuff, so you can like manually level up. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it because it wants us to do it. Level up. It's like that way you can control what level you are, and you don't. It's not super easy to get over leveled by accident. Yeah, you don't have to stop me every time.
I definitely feel stronger.
They sure are swinging those weapons at each other. It's almost time. Let's review the details of the operation. Our mission objective lies in Alfredo Valley. An unidentified ether source has been reported. We are tasked with surveying it and destroying it. Waypoint marked out on map now. Please have a look at waypoint on map. The advanced party should have already arrived at the planned contact point. It's time we headed out too, then. Let's get the snuff out of here. A royal decree, eh? I don't know about all this. But let's get out there and square it away as quick as we can. Alright. Squeeze me, everybody. Okay, that freaking buzzsaw straight up is like a Bionicle piece. Like, there's a Bionicle piece that looks almost exactly like that. Come on.
It's really supposed to be here. I don't see much.
It's the... God, I don't remember their name. Skrull, I think? It looks like the Skrull shields.
Agnian troops.
Seriously?
They're still far off. They haven't spotted us.
Going in?
We don't have permission to engage. The only thing we need to focus on is our target.
What?
Heads up. Enemies at 2 o'clock. Go tell the main force. I'm worried about more Amber and the others. I think we'll go on alone.
Okay then.
I'll handle it.
So the Agnians want this thing too, huh? What do you think it is, Uni?
Come here! I got
Oh, the battle music is more intense. That's how you know it's a moment. Dang it.
all coming together.
I can never get the break on these guys just by looking at them.
What am I gonna do? Make me yawn myself
Get ready to
to
fight.
death?
Dang it.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Air slash! Topple! Hey! I'm here!
You're on fire, lads.
All coming together!
Well, they were no match for us.
Right. Let's
Sweet.
push on. Guys, get ready to fight.
Come
Fellas.
here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
No! Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're
That was
dead.
over
Die.
way too soon!
Hear that, Noah?
Hear that,
Lads
Noah?
want something a bit meatier.
Ain't fair. Insects don't have nearly as much meat on them compared to big ass animals.
Is that it? It's not Kavesi. Definitely not Agnian either.
How do you know? It's invisible.
It's coming down.
Started without us.
We need to keep moving. Head to the target.
You got it.
Hey.
Our priority is to take down our target. I think we should avoid confrontation with Agnes.
That's all well and good, but if there is a confrontation, no way am I backing down.
Don't try to stop us.
All right, get it over with.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver.
Uppercut! Slash!
Extra! We've got them pinned down.
Crash down!
Power ring. Got you.
I wish we could have avoided that.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death? I'll whack 'em good! Come here! I
Fine.
got something for you!
Thanks.
Nothing, Joey. Topple!
Oh my god, you missed your topple. How could you?
Extra! All coming together!
Got you.
That was over way too soon!
Hear that, Noah?
We've been
Lads
spotted.
want something a bit meatier.
Dang it. Leave me alone.
I got something for you!
Thanks.
Extra!
Power ring.
Ass thrust, more like it.
Topple!
Great.
You're on fire, lad! It's all coming to crash down!
Eat it.
I wish we could
Don't
have
get back
avoided
up.
that.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
It's like, anyway, there's explosions going around. If anything, well, that makes animals scare off.
You think you're all that, do ya?
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Right! Enemy's broken away from me! Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks for the support. Eat it.
Hey, no! Do that again for me!
No, die first.
Enemy's broken away from me. You can try it. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Come on, Uni. Drop us.
Alright, now you. Days. There you go. Slam. Heck yeah. Darn cutscene magic. Downing these guys in like 1 or 2 hits.
Flame clock. It's filling up. But
at what cost?
Sweet, let's poke around.
I mean, not the best time to poke around. What do you mean I can't side with Agnes? Okay.
Don't try to stop us.
Well, this won't be any trouble.
Enemy's broken away from me. Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support. Eat it.
Extra. Down you go. What the? You can try a little harder. You're on the borderline. Extra.
Group heal. You're already
What? You resist my break. Jerk.
smooth as always, Noah.
Smash.
Over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something
Lands,
a
it
bit
sounds like a
meatier.
bit meteor.
Weird by the minute.
I know. But if we can only get to the base of that pillar of light.
Come here. I got something for you. Oh, come on.
Very nice.
Crush out. Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Nothing going.
Group heal.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Cheers, you're a gem.
Crush out.
Eat it.
Dang it. Whoops.
Group heal.
Enemy's broken away from me. Good job, Uni. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Stop resisting my... Dang it.
Uppercut. Extra.
fine.
Nothing going. Enemy's broken away from me.
Come here! I got something for you!
You're a lifesaver. Extra! Nothing going.
Very nice.
Crusher! I could have handled that on my own.
So, when's the battle happening?
Hey there. I don't know if you're referring to something there, Ryan, or not. I want to okay. I was about to say I want to participate.
All coming together. Crush out! Extra!
Powering!
Uppercut!
I wish we could have avoided that.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
It's like, from what I've seen of the game so far, it's aesthetically a lot more interesting than Xenoblade 2 was. It's like I've kept quiet about it so far, but it's like... one of the reasons why I almost skipped out in this game is because Xenoblade 2 left such a bad taste in my mouth. Because it was just so aesthetically and narratively confused. Oh my god, those are just real guns. Not laser pew-pew guns. What even is that?
What are these things?
There are no pilots inside.
They're automatons.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks. Nothing going.
Trip the robot.
Crush out! Extra!
Enemy's broken away from me.
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks for the support.
Enemy's broken away from me.
Come here! I got something for you!
Cheers, you're a gem.
Nothing going.
Hey, Noah! Do that again for me!
To be fair, Kingdom Hearts is also very like that. Dang it. Or the Heartless, or like, very conveniently just sort of stand there and stare while all the named characters finish their business.
Well, they were no match for us.
Right, let's push on.
Oh, the curse of being a video game enemy.
Fight with focus.
You're not very good at paying attention for a robot.
Come here! I got something for
Dang
you!
it.
Extra!
Again, that brief pause keeps screwing up my timing. And mess up my air slash.
Eat it.
Extra! Hey! Eyes here! You're on fire, lad!
Well, they were no match for us.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
Fight with focus.
Safest colonies with me on.
Is it really an ass stab if you're a robot and therefore don't really have an ass?
Thanks.
Powering.
Dang it. Oh, that went back. Darn it.
As always, Noah.
Dang it. Stop dodging. You're a freaking robot.
Nothing going.
We've got them pinned down.
Uppercut! That was over way too soon!
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Well, Lance is gonna have to wait because we're fighting robots right now and they have no meat on them.
Don't trip on your laces, yeah?
Topple!
Yeah, robot, don't trip on your laces.
Never seen this place before.
Oh, don't worry, for the Xenoblade magic, it clearly quickly goes from annoying to kind of funny, actually.
Is that it?
It's like the magic of memes. Somehow the repetition makes it funnier.
Damn it! Fighting both of them. That's gonna be a tough break. But what did I expect? They'll do just about anything for our precious Ouroboros stone.
Guernica! That's the last of the automatons! We won't last long!
The battle unit's still holding. Go! Save yourself! Get that stone to the city! Ah! Zuo! Ah!
To be fair, they didn't want to render the inside of the ship.
Guernica! Sorry. I should have been more perceptive.
You!
I've gotten like 2 chapters in and just... I'm restarting it for streaming purposes. And also it's been so long since I dropped out of it.
There it is. The
So it's like, for now, this is stuff I've played before, but eventually we'll get to blind stuff.
What in the flames? Are we even fighting? No, not just us. Agnes too.
So you made it this far. It'll have to be here.
Noah, look.
Is that a man?
He's no Agnian soldier. What is he? Was he controlling those automatons, maybe?
Kavesi troops. 3 of them.
It seems we are just about the only ones left. And there's our objective.
Noah.
Yeah. We'll have to fight.
Mio?
Got it.
Hey, there's the other half of the cast.
Let me come here! I got something for you! Thanks!
healer, so...
Keep your attacks focused. Work it, Gotcha. Overhaul. Eat this!
Dang it.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Nothing going. Eat this!
Says you applying TF2 rules. Kill the medic first.
Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Cheers, you're dead.
Enemy's broken away from me. Come here. I got something for you.
Thanks for the support.
I'll show you.
Let's get you first. Give me my side break.
Give it up.
Come on now.
Break. Days. Eh.
Unstoppable.
Let me give you a taste. It's all coming together. Give it up.
Alright, got nothing but your tank left. Or defender, as they call the class.
Eat this.
No good. How about this?
Give it up.
Alright, Days. Smash. Oh my god. I've been fighting a cat girl.
These kids are gonna end up stealing each other's life force. And me. I've robbed them even of that kindness.
Where did... Pull out a swing. You're way too slow.
He blocked it? No way.
For a little munchkin, he sure packed a real wallop.
How many of those cards has this geek got?
There's no escape. When my Mondo have you, they'll follow you to the ends of the world.
Spark that. Why don't you back off?
How did she fool my Mondo?
Creep. Try following that.
Is Mondo an actual term for something? Because it sounds so goofy when he says it.
These guys are tough.
Hate to say it, but I think you're right.
These are no grunts. That gear. Special forces?
They're
Yeah, defo.
protagonists.
That'll be why they've got an off-seer with them.
Well, so are we. Even Stevens, right?
How could she react so quickly? Can't seem to hit her.
Yeah, that's her shtick.
What's that sound?
She's so fast. And yet, her moves are really simple. It's almost like they have a rhythm. The agony and off-seeing tune. I know how that goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
He's not even
Oh,
looking
she
at me.
is actually playing Hi-Fi Rush.
3,
He hit me!
Yeah, I hit you before. It's not that big a deal.
Hang on. The fighting stopped. When did that... At this rate, one of us is going to get killed. No. Maybe both of us will. Something strange is going on. We shouldn't be fighting like this. We should run. Run. Was it me who just said that? What is this? There's no time to think. I have to trust my gut. This is all too real.
Does Noah have a head, mate?
Get through to her. You're an Oxia from Agnes, right?
What the?
So you are then. Why are you fighting me?
As if you can talk. You're the ones attacking us. What, too scared to fight now? Too late!
It's not to do with fear. It's that sound. You can hear it too. I know you can.
You got cat hairs and everything.
There are enemies to kill. You think we'll just let you go?
This is bad. At this rate. Is that all you have to say, Agnes? I'm telling you!
Enough! I'm telling you that you're full of it! Take that!
Haha, they fell.
Really
Dum-dums.
kill her. But she's so fast. If I lose focus for a second, I'm done for.
These Kavesi officers. I thought they were just window dressing, but he's different. And there's his sword. What's up with that?
Huh? What's that? Oh, I see. I suppose this is the reason I'm here then, eh? Guess this is what they call fate. Fine then. Time for Guernica Van Dam to make an entrance.
What the...
What do you all think you're doing? Why the fighting?
What's this guy saying?
Just why? Answer me!
What do you mean, why? If I see an enemy, I fight. So don't you interfere! Ugh.
Pull the wool from your eyes, kid. Think about your real target. That thing.
Egg.
And me. Now you just have your little scrap. Do you have any idea who the real enemy is? It's over! Now, is that all you need to fight? Truly? That's all?
Of course. Countless comrades have lost their lives thanks to this filth.
Oh, really now? I could say the exact same thing. What do you think it's like for us? Losing friend after friend. You steal everything from us.
You think we're even just because both sides do some killing? What good's filling up these flickering clocks in our eyes? It'll never replace the friends we've lost. That's why.
We aren't fighting because we want to.
We're not.
We can see our lives written before our eyes. Fighting is all we have. Is it any wonder we lose loved ones? Or have to take them from others? All of us. We have to fight so we can go on living. Just who decided that this was how it should be? If I knew who they were or where I'd...
I know who they are. You'll what? You're an Offseer, eh? I guess I can trust you with this. You better listen up now. Because the face of your real enemy is...
Mwamba! No, I messed up. Mio! Help me, Mio!
Hacked!
My blade! What the... Mwamba!
What is that thing?
Never seen anything like it before.
Uni! Uni! What's wrong? What is it? Seen that thing before?
No, how could I have?
Noah?
No.
Yeah, I wonder if Hax ever
This is no normal creature.
was also 1 month away
Something else.
from homecoming.
Don't go stopping on my account. Get back to killing each other. Come on. I thought that was your whole raison d'etre.
It's speaking!
Mobius.
What's wrong? Too worried about your buddies to fight? Can't have that. All right.
Oh my god, Mwamba died 1 month from retirement? Say it ain't so.
Oh wow, this is some entertainment. Two rival factions murdering each other over one little rock. Well, your objective is staring you in the face. Try and take it. Cause you'll be dead before you can lay a finger on it. Don't you just love it? Don't you want to savor it? The sweet taste of a life cut short.
You mother!
Wait! Lance! Uni!
You killed Hacked! Mimi!
Sparks!
I have a soft spot for demonic characters that are actually smarmy assholes, even though they look like edgelord. They'd be brooding edgelords.
Well, what did I expect? That's about all your fault.
He does look a bit like a Kamen Rider villain, doesn't he?
Hell of a throwing arm. But you know, I ain't taking that lying down.
Yeah, I should one of these days.
Leave him alone. Let him go!
Don't get on your high horse. You're nothing more than a grunt.
Noah!
Heck yeah.
You've got a real death wish. Maybe I'll take care of you first. How about that?
Gonna watch Power Fighter Z.
Come here! I got something for you!
Okay.
You're a lifesaver.
I was about to say, I think he resists my shenanigans. Rage mode. Big scary gets big scarier. Yeah, you're just getting kicked around by a man like 3 times your height. You'll be okay with that, like when it lands. There we go, break. Finally. Big hit. Ooh, 3,000 damage. Sweet. I can't get behind him. He's up against the wall. There we go. Finish it with a bus stab.
Thanks for that. If you're done thanking
It's like we
me,
should be
maybe you
friends
can
or
get
something.
up. We have to beat him together or we're dead in the mud.
Get out the way! You're just slowing me down! The nerve on this guy!
Start working.
Work!
Yeah, punch it.
If you don't
That'll get it to work.
stop soon, those kids and the world. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like it wasn't all for nothing.
One down. Good start. Two for one.
It's not over yet.
Van Damme activated his stand. Also Van Damme.
An Offseer? Really? Miyabi? This is all such a waste.
Mio, is that why you're here? For recognition?
Mio, I was just looking for a training partner. You've nothing to apologize for,
Mio,
Sana.
take this. I'm giving you my whole self. So please, live life in my stead. For now, just run! Run with all the breath you have!
We can take care of ourselves.
Stop crying, lads! It won't change anything!
Euron! Euron!
Drift compatible.
What did I just do? What? This hand. Is it mine? Huh? How are you inside me? Inside? Hold on. Are we?
This is very Evangelion.
Well, you sure catch up quick. So, you've got yourselves an interlink going, huh? Guess I've got to give the old fool credit where it's due.
Interlink?
Well, whatever. That form you just merged into, it's called Ouroboros. See about it to your stars.
Ouroboros.
Me, I'm Mobius. We look a bit alike, don't we? When Callus and Agnes come together in unity, you're practically one step away from being on the same level as us.
So we're
One being.
To put it bluntly, you're failures. Fact is, the two of us are mortal enemies.
Enemies?
You got the picture? No further questions? Then let's get back on the dance floor.
Boss music. I like how extra this boss theme is. Okay, I have the habit of getting behind people, and I don't have to do that now. Sword surfboard. That in and of itself is very bionicle. Turns out Xenoblade is very bionicle. I could see him doing that, to be honest. Slap. My. Yeah, I guess Ouroboros would make them combiner models, huh?
Pretty good. Well, what a tough one. Enough.
Also, the fact that there's 6 of them.
Yeah? Who is he talking to? No idea. But got a parting gift for you. Don't worry, there's plenty to go round. And now the whole world will be your enemy. I wonder how your lives will turn out. I'll enjoy watching you.
Who even was that?
Mobius, he said. Come on, pay attention.
Was that you guys just now?
Mio, what's happening here? What's going on?
I don't...
I'm finding a lot of bionicle parallels here. It's kind of weird.
You guys, put away your weapons. You're not enemies now.
We're not?
Then...
Thanks.
His skin's all wrinkled.
Yeah.
It's called getting old, this.
Old?
Well, must be your first time, huh? Seeing a human like me, I mean. Well then, looks like my plan was a success.
What plan?
You 6. You're now Ouroboros. Check the flame clocks in your irises. Do they look different to you?
Now you mention it.
Our flame clocks have changed shape.
You see it? That's the Ouroboros ring. Guess I did good. Entrusting this power to you. That mark there. Late 10th term, eh? 3 months left till your homecoming. That about right? As for the rest of you, you're probably about 2 years off, right? been alive 60 years. Or should I say 60 terms, by your counting. Yeah, I've been alive 6 times longer than you lot. This is how people are really meant to be. Listen, folks, that's not all. There's still something else that needs to be done. You guys, you want to survive? Live on? Hold the torch? You kids don't need to be fighting each other. Not anymore. But that doesn't mean you get to relax. From this moment on, those Mobius bastards are never gonna leave you alone. Because now, kids, you share a common destiny. They'll hunt you constantly, relentlessly, without rest. Even so, there's one place that might give you a chance. Sword March. The land pierced by a great sword. You gotta find our hope. Our city. It's the only way you're gonna defeat the real enemy. And reclaim what was lost. The way the world and life should be. And listen, don't give up. 10 years? You kids deserve better. The only thing that can change all this is the will of Ouroboros. You kids, and you alone.
Hey, is she?
Yeah, an Agni and Offseer. Wamba.
So close to making it.
He just had to say the retirement line. He was not
Thank
genre
you.
savvy enough.
For doing this with me.
Well, this is what we're meant to do. To send on the voices of the departed is an Offseer's purpose.
To send on the voices of the departed is an Offseer's purpose.
Right.
We're leaving. Noah, Uni.
What's up?
The mission's over. We've got an obligation. Need to report the sitch.
As do we. Time to withdraw. Mio, Senna.
Huh? But
what?
come on, Tyon. Don't be rude.
It's hardly the time for pleasantries. We lost a great many of our comrades. We have to inform those still in the colony.
And we're any different. If you snuffheads hadn't come charging in.
Indeed. Well, why don't we settle this here, right now?
Yeah? Bring it. I reckon I could go for some payback.
Lance.
Yeah?
That's enough.
What do you mean?
There's no point.
Seriously?
Before, when she and I transformed, I felt her thoughts. Or maybe her memories. There were so many. And then they were a part of me. There were so many different fragments. Hard to tell them apart. But even then, I understood. She's lost a lot fighting us. Kevez took away so much. She's experienced a lot of grief.
Transformed? You mean the big un?
Yeah.
I felt it as well. Your grief. It was like mine.
Yeah, well...
And in one of those memories...
Mio.
Is something that could be our fault. That's what it's like. In war, I suppose.
So, what is planned from here? Some kind enough to show face, but will hide again if this drag on.
True, true. Time is wasting itself.
You're right. Let's go. A lot's happened, but that seems best. You made the right decision, Lance. Sorry for confusing things.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Mio, shall we leave it at that?
Yeah.
There you have it. I sincerely hope for your safe return.
You take care too. Take care not to die in a ditch somewhere, that is.
The next time we meet, it will be as enemies. Don't forget that.
Ha! Don't worry, I've got a good
Van
memory.
Damme just had this speech about how you shouldn't be fighting, though. Dang it, guys.
It's the enemy. The enemy's approaching. Our sworn enemy.
Hey, you okay? Huh? I mean, you and the Agni and Offseer transformed into that weird thing. Yeah, well, for what it's worth, that didn't seem to do any damage or anything. Hey, Uni. You go ahead and take point for hostiles, will you? Until we make it back to Colony 9. Gotcha. Lance, so that's not really You're the most depleted out of the lot of us, mate. And it's a long way back to Colony 9. If you want to make it back in one piece, you'll need to be careful. Much fighting on way back, probably. Yeah, you've got a point. So, we done? Can we head on? Oh, this is an awkward point to be like, hey, go play as a new character. Yeah, no. Healer, whoosh. Yeah, this is the funny thing I was talking about before. They introduced this flame clock mechanic, and then, like, just a few more hours into the game, they just yoink it away again. It's kind of funny. I would assume they bring it back later at some point, but, you know. But yeah, that seems like a decent point to stop for the night, so thank you everybody for watching. I don't know if I should make any promises about next time, because... I don't know, just cuz. Oh yeah. I don't know how many sessions are gonna be of...
What have we got around here?
I don't know. Oh, I'm trying to outro. Shut up. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a few sessions until I get to, like, the part where it's gonna be blind from now on, but... Because again, I ended off... I think sometime around Chapter 2 before Splatoon 3 came out and was like, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, more like Xenoblade smells tree. Got him. Yeah. I'll aim for Monday after work. Again, if I feel alright. So... again, thank everybody for watching. See you next time if you want to join in. Play more Xenoblade. I have no idea how many sessions this is going to take, but we'll see. It's probably going to be way longer than Violet, but see ya.